Okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name's Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Today, early in the morning, getting my work done before the driver gets out here. She's probably gonna be here around 8 o'clock. And getting the rest of my orders out the door. So I've got a few things to take care of in the background really quick. I'm going to be doing a paint on demonstration today of what's it, that blue screen paint on the 106-inch screen. I want to repaint over my black. I already have a black extreme black, which is the 92. I want to see how that looked against the border. Then I repaint over the black, extreme black, with the blue, because I'm gonna start doing more advertising on that because paperwork is going along quite nicely. All right, so let me get some things straightened out real quick. Pretty early today. 5 either, that's 6. Okay, fish, you too. Whew. All right, so I'm getting things done in the other room. We've got to get these orders wrapped up and ready to go. I'm pretty sure I don't want to tell them because in fact I'm always just running order to get my job done. Okay, let's see, we gotta get all this stuff out of the way too. I got that big order coming this week for the other company, so I gotta get crap on that. Yeah, big order. It's like tell me, oh, why I didn't do it. Too much to do. Yeah, that big mapping part to do. I do my videos for documentation, pretty much it. Basically documents everything that I do. And to get the room in there straightened up real quick. Right there. So these are the orders for this week that are done. We shipped out some other orders yesterday, so driver came down twice. She came down twice to pick up the first load that came through. This is the splash over. So this is whatever orders that we have that come in at the last minute. These are the splash over orders. So these are all being processed for today. I got to be early in the morning because she's going to be down here at 8 o'clock. So I had to be up at 4 to get everything taken care of and get these out the door. So when she comes through, I have a paint on the screen to do today of the blue, and we're going to be doing some pre-orders for that soon because paperwork is almost complete on that technology right there. All right, so I'm going to come in here and just basically get all this up and going, get all this done, so I can basically start my day. There's no trash cans in here, and I'm done. I find it interesting that certain individuals have lost interest in me due to the fact that I have presented my cell phone settings not in one video, but in 4 videos. And now they have really nothing to say at all, but to accept technology's existence. I've got a bunch of emails over that customers were laughing their heads off over those 4 videos. So they wanted to put in a heavy claim that my technology wasn't real with my cell phone settings as 4 video demonstrations displaying my cell phone settings. I know that upsets a lot of people, but that's not my problem. So I'm going to get my orders ready to go for today and get my customers taken care of. All right, let me see where I'm putting you guys at, because right now, I'm pretty sure you don't want to see me wrap up packages. So I want to fire up my screens, my environment. Telling me to be up for work. I'm already up, way ahead. 4K Fish YouTube. Oh, shit, the birds. We got birds today. Put the birds in here. There's fish in there and birds in here. That's about it. The rest of this stuff gone up. Oh, some trash bags. Some trash bags. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Actually, we need 3 of them. 3 of them. 3 of those. Right there. Let me see. I can keep my camera so you can see both screens at the same time. And that's one of the things I love about my technology, that I can get up early in the morning and turn my lights on and not worry about my screen washing out or fading. So this is not a pre-rehearsed environment where we have companies who have pre-rehearsed atmospheres and people who do hobbyist paint. They have their areas already preset to make the screen look good. I can't do a demonstration in fully lit environments. Majority of that demonstration, if they do, try to do ambient lights in that environment. At the end of that video, or in the middle of that video, those lights are going to go off and that screen's going to stay in the dark because that's the high points of the screen. Can't do this. I can come downstairs and start my morning and turn on all my projectors, well, not all of them because that'd be quite a lot. And I can have all my screens running in a fully lit environment without washing out or fading. Stiff kind of fish, yeah. Need that. Smile there. And I'll that's done for today. All right, so what do we have going on here? Let's see, we have 3 quarts and 3 quarts of black. All right, we have these right here, here, and here. Tight. Good. Pretty good. Love that blue screen. Want to see something crazy? This is what interests me. As much slandering as the particular individual tried to do on the 12 by saying the 12 was so dark you couldn't see the screen, 12 is actually one of our highest sellers. And like I said, at the end of the day, there's no point in individuals trying to do damage to our company by doing false unboxings and stuff like that, trying to convince people that our black screens basically don't produce high images and all that. I mean, I'm showing you a video live as me shipping out orders from my customers who've ordered 12s and the black silver, which is our great technology, and displaying my screens at the same time. 2 different rooms, and both areas, the screens are in fully lit environments. We also done these on 1,000 lumen projectors each. Not one was 1,000, one was actually 900. So I've done all these demonstrations. Like I said, I'm showing you. These are, like I said, shipping out my packages for my customers and displaying the technology at the same time. And you can look and see from one room to the next how the screens are activating in fully lit environments. So, like I said, it's pointless for people to do demonstrations to try to slander our work, because like I said, at the end of the day, my orders still come in. 12 is one, like I said, 12 is one of our highest sellers. And for people to think that, oh yeah, it doesn't work, well, it does, and it looks absolutely amazing. And the fact that, like I said, other people can't do these demonstrations, be able to use your screens in fully lit environments, and they had to struggle, it just shows you right there from the door. Not only that, as I said before, the contrast level or black levels on 12s are unmatched. It's gray screen paints, even dark gray screen paints couldn't match it. Other than that, a beautiful screen. And then right there, that's blue technology, which is not available until it's not going to be available until the paperwork is actually finalized. So that one's going to have a bit of few patent pendings on it and some trademark secrets attached to it, including copyrights. I think that was one. There's one right here. So, yeah. I got enough in my day, or actually early in the morning, to get my orders out the door and start working on my paint-on demonstrations next. So it's showing you how I wrap my containers for my customers. Now, some of these are going to come in medium-sized boxes because we actually ran out of these padded labels, which you can only order online. I did get more in. I got about two bulks of them in yesterday, so that's good. So that's enough to cover. But I'm going to wrap these inside and put them inside the boxes. So I've already paid for the shipping labels already, and I'm not going to redo them again, even though it's going to cost me, it'd be cheaper to do. So I'm just showing you to make sure my customers how their orders are being wrapped and taken care of. So this is a 3-quart kit right here. I think this is going to this particular fellow here. So for extra padding, we're just going to put this in here and throw that in there for him. I'm blessed to get up every morning, the crack of dawn, and be able to do this. And like I said, I have people out there who don't like what I do for a living, but that's your hang up, not mine. So and then tried to slander one of my highest selling paints. That is not going to work at all, period. All that negative nonsense, all that negative energy for nothing. Just to have my product to continue selling. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for over 10 years. So if I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I have video demonstrations of my original company, which under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, beta testers, companies, and I have videos up there for my stuff. You know, even with even a few documents of with attorneys attached to them over companies that did not want us doing side-by-side demonstrations. So yeah, that shows my work right there. These are individuals that are jealous. So sorry for that. But they put a lot of wasted energy into something that they're not doing a dent in my business at all. Not one dent. I even have contracts already in the works for the 3D mapping already. There's a new computer right there that I ordered. I got the 3D mapping machine coming in very soon. I've been in talks with the company that actually designs that particular projector, and they want to know how I'm going to enhance the projector's technology by giving it the ability to be used in fully lit environments, which they've already seen from my demonstrations already. So that's the one thing people don't understand, is the fact that when you see people talking about their product could be ambient light rejection, as I said before, even big companies, they had to set up these environments for their screens. Which ones we got next? We got 1/4 black. They have to set up these environments for their screens to make the projector and the screen look amazing. All pre-set up. Show booth, all that's all pre-set up. They decide how much light is going to actually enter the booth. They decide how powerful the projector is going to be. All that is all preset. This is not a setup. This is not a setup environment. It's not a stage performance. This is my home. So every day when I turn my lights on, these screens have to activate. That's why I can sit here in the kitchen, probably see from here to my door, that's about 25 feet, about 25 feet. I gotta measure this house out. I'm over 25 feet from where my screen is standing from over there, and I can see my screen from my kitchen with the lights on. So if I want, I can watch a football game in here with the screen over there. That speaks volumes by itself. Let me see. All that negative energy just to make this product go away, and it continues to sell every single day. And even better, and I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about this for a long time. All that preaching about my cell phone settings, yeah, you got 4 videos to look through on that one. It just shows you, I mean, basically bottom line is when they first asked for that from the beginning of my cell phone settings, I could, oh yeah, I'll show you so and so and so. Sometimes in business, it's not good to show exactly what your other hand may be. You know what I mean? It's always good to have a good poker face, not to show everybody everything. You know what I mean? Your mother saw you never let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. So I just let them run their mouths. Let them believe that they know everything. Let them believe that they know that I'm hiding something behind my camera settings. Oh, show me your settings, show me your settings. Let them ramble on. Let them blow it way out of proportion. And then later on, come in and show them. Not only did I show you my settings, but I put a recording of me recording my phone as I was doing my settings and changing them in live. And the screen never once changed at all. It still produced a high white level. It was bright and vivid, and you could see the image. And now they have nothing to say. I haven't heard anything from a crowboy but insults. That's it. Not a word, nothing to say. I've been doing this for over 9 years. Over 10 years. I've been doing this for over 10 years. You can go on YouTube and you can check out my old video demonstrations. You can check out my beta testers. You can go on Facebook and you can see companies that were attached to my old company. Here I have documents already linked on my Facebook fan page of basically big major projection screen, multi-million-dollar projection screen companies that we clash with. Yep. But yet, it's interesting that these other people that sit here and make these claims against my company have never met any of our challenges. All their demonstrations are majority done in the dark. They don't do any of our test demonstrations. Nothing at all. There's no big companies knocking on their door with lawyers telling them, hey, look, you can't do this and you can't do that. They don't have any of those problems at all. No, because they don't put any waves in the water. That's why. They're unthreatable. You're not going to take anybody seriously. It's not considered to be a threat. Big deal. But my company, I can come downstairs and do something that they can't. I can turn on my lights and I can watch my screen in my environment. Does not have to be changed or altered to make the screen look good. I can come down here every day at 4 o'clock in the morning and turn on the exact same lights in my environment over and over again, and each screen will react the same way. Where, like I said, other people and companies too don't do that. Like I said, it's a rehearsed environment. Has to be, you know? They're probably because they don't do our testing. Let me know if you've seen anybody doing testing where their final results, live demonstration, are showing their screens doing demonstrations on low entry-level projectors, like 1,000 lumens outside of 13 feet. Any of them. Doing any of the tests we do, 20 feet back, 800 to 900 lumens, any of them. They don't. What they do is they take their screen paint mixes or their projection screens, they stick them in poorly lit environments, they hit them with high-end projectors, they take the camera, they push it back and forth and say, oh, look how fantastic that looks. You don't have to be up on my screen to see how amazing the image looks. You can see it from right here in a fully lit environment. And that's what people want. People do not want to be stuck in the dark. I sure enough don't want to be stuck in the dark. Shit, if that was the case and I had to be stuck in the dark over a projection screen, I'm buying a TV. There is no point in me going out and buying me a projection screen if I'm all day. 1/4 black. Make sure that's all nice and tight. That's the whole purpose. People don't want to be in the dark. They want a good quality screen. They don't want to spend a lot of money. That's why I got all the sample sheets in my kitchen drawer, because I have to be able to test my screen against a high-end screen. I got customers that can, like I said, I have customers that can spend $15,000, $16,000 for a projector easily. No problem for them. How do I convince somebody with that kind of cash flow to be able to buy my product? I can go, hey, look, this is a $5,000 DMP Supernova. This is what we did to it. It's a $3,000 Dark Star 9. This is how we stacked against it. They have to show you the color chart. Now the color chart basically is to tell people, instead of you seeing a whole bunch of pretty colors flash across the screen, you should be able to see red, solid blues, greens, reds, oranges, all that. You have to see that. You have to see how the projector is perceiving color off your screen. That's very important. And they don't do those demonstrations because they know that bottom line is their screens are going to fade. Especially if they go side by side to probably a DMP Supernova. They're not going to do too well. So they're not going to do those demonstrations. They're going to do a whole bunch of multiple colors in a dark environment and say, look how fantastic it looks. Can't do that. All right, what do we got coming up here with this one? I think that's done. What do we got going on here? Let me see. What are you? Okay, this is the guy, Jason. Cool dude. Cool dude. We got this for free. Because he's a good person. I like him. Cool dude. Came on here, made a comment about building a TV, a projection screen TV, which I'm still working on that project. You can't figure out why you can't get your tops off because I put them on really tight. It has to be on real tight. Now, I had some people saying, well, it opened up on entry. Do you know these containers right here? I even do my research down to my containers. When I buy a container, the first thing I do, and I have a video on YouTube of me doing it, I'll take this container from where my deck is. My deck is 11 feet up off the ground. So I take this container, I fill it up with water, and I drop it off the deck. That's what I do. I don't tape it up. I drop it off the deck. Because I'm going to see if I drop a container off at 11 feet up, if it's going to bust open. And I have videos of me doing this live. Now that lets me know what containers to buy, because I had some containers crack clean open, some containers the top split clean in half. I'm like, oh, that's not a good idea. And then I have this container, this particular one, the ones I keep buying, are the ones I dropped off and they didn't even bust, didn't open. They dented, yeah, they dented on the sides, but no cracks, nothing. Even tilted it upside down on camera and squeezed it to make sure you can see there was no water shooting through. So those are the containers I went through, because I could drop them 11 feet off a balcony and they basically don't bust open. I test everything. Now they were dropped off untaped. You see how I tape these bad boys up? All my containers are taped the same way. Jason requested his to be put into a little padding, because where he's at, things can get a little rough. So make sure. I'm not going to have to worry about that opening up. I'll have fragile stickers all over it. So he's taking care of on that note. Now, I had people sending me emails about shipping to other countries. You can't ship overseas. I explained that many times. We even have it on our website. Our website is big bold writing on the website. You can't ship overseas because of PayPal's restrictions don't allow us to ship overseas. I couldn't ship overseas if I wanted to, because the minute I try to, little icon will pop up and it will tell us that it's on error. We get an error code. Let me tape over the top of this just in case, so we don't get anything that may disrupt his package. So, all right, he's good. Here. All right, what do we got next? We got 2 quarts of black silver. This is going over. One's going for a church. So make sure our tops are nice and tight. I start off with putting the tape here at the base, and then bring it around. So system I got. Bring it around like a cat. And then we do our sides. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then we do our center right here. Nice and sealed. I'm telling you, this job beats being a chef. So it beats being a chef, because you're a chef, you constantly, anyone's ever worked in the restaurant field before, you constantly moving all the time. You'd be in the dry stock, or you'd be in the frozen stock, whatever, in cellar, pantry, whatever, front of the house, back of the house, all over the place. Constantly working. Here, if I want to take a break, I can just stop what I'm doing here and just go in the room and just sit down and just watch that screen if I want to, because I got plenty of time. That's why I'm up early in the morning, because if I knock this out, get this out of the way, that means I can start on my next project. That's why I'm up so early in the morning. I don't have to be early in the morning, just up in the morning, because it gives me more time to get things done. All right, so this right here is, 2 quarts. Oh, okay, then I did this wrong. It's supposed to be both of these together. Like, why did he wrap it that way? You know what? Hold on. Did I get anything with 1, 2 quarts? No, they're both all 2 quarts. All right, I'm going to have to do it this way instead. It's supposed to be 2 quarts instead. All right, so you need to get a chance to do a 2 quarts. They're just going to have extra tape on theirs, but that's all the good. This is how 2 quarts are wrapped. The base. hat. And then our center. So they got 2 in that one. We will get another one for that. Now, I know this one is going to a fellow. So this is a special order. That's going to a fellow. And this is for another person too. These are special orders. That's special orders. We got 3 special orders here, don't we? Yeah, we have 2, 3 special orders. Actually, no, we have a couple special orders here. All right, these are 3 special orders that have to go out. This is 2 black silvers. These are 2 black silvers. Let me see. No. This is a black silver. That's a black silver that goes to that. And this is 2 quarts of black. So this is where this one goes. And then this one is a special order. Okay. I have to write all my stuff on my box. This is abbreviations that I put on my box for me to know which one's which and where they need to go. That is the, let me see, one behind me. This is the black silver. Let me see. 3 quarts. This isn't right here. I'm sure that's all correct. All right. Yeah, we need to throw fragiles on these. I need some fragiles. This is done. This is done. This is done. All right. And 2 of these have to be the church. Oh yeah. Here's a church. I had 2 more. That's a church. That's a church. That's a church. All right. Anybody confused here? Get off of there. Okay. That's a little way. Anyway, I'll let y'all check out the screens. Because that right there, I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch that all day. I'm not going to be all day, hopefully. I got things to do. There we go. If you want to get a glander at the blue screen. All right, we're going to be doing pre-orders for that one pretty soon. Beautiful blue screen. Beautiful blue. All right, so this is 2 quarts of black. This is black silver. 2 quarts of black. So. Label this up. Fragile. Extra fragiles on here. Done. See right here, this is finished. Right here, finished. Well done. Here. I think that one is right for the church. I have to get the church information. right here. This is the black silver, black silver. Adjusting my keystone on my ceiling screen. So, there we go. Auto keystone, for some reason I just can't seem to disable it, but I'm just adjusting my ceiling projection screen, which I like to watch when I get up. I'm done. Oh, wait. We got one more to do. We got two at the church. So we got to contact the church today, and this is for the other fellow. All right. So how many now? So these are done. I'll throw this one in a wrapper, and I'll get the other two for the church. So I need his information. Yeah, I'm going online to get that information. This is for him. And this is for the church. One at a time. Wait. Oh, no. He had a black silver. He had 3 black silvers. Okay, put this to the side. We gotta make another black silver. I forgot about that. His screen is a black silver. Let's see if I have. You know what? Just, I gotta figure that way. He had a black silver. Alright. I'll figure it out. Church had a, what you call it? They had a, what you call it? Alright, let's just grab that one instead. After the blue is blue. Use this instead. Okay. This is a church. That right there. We made an extra court somewhere, so that's an extra court or whatever. So we gotta do it. We gotta knock out. We gotta knock out this one over here. So it should be easy. Let me get this thing knocked out. I think I can show more labels, right? For that. Yep, we do. Oakley. More labels for that. Let's get this one knocked out. This one taken care of. I forgot we had it. We had the black silver. much is that? Oh, over there. You want to see something interesting? Somebody saw these on my table when I was doing a demonstration. They were like, oh, so that's what you put in your screen paint. No. Again, stop thinking that way. This is the UV paint, right? So we figured out we're tagging our containers, which means we're tagging them with a special UV formula, which of course I'm making because I'm figuring out how this functions so I can make my own because I don't want to pay for it. And we're tagging them so that we will know that if those are our containers or not, because they will show up under black lights. So if somebody does have one of our containers, we'll know because that container on the top, even though it was crystal clear, because that UV we're putting on it is invisible, you put it under a black light and it'll pull up. It's also done for business, because I've had an incident that happened in business where we've had a company we had a contract with go in and make up a whole bunch of fake containers, fake invoices, and fake labels, and said that we sold them this item and they wanted a refund. So that's why the formulas started getting strange colors to them, where it's hard to do an unboxing on them or basically trying to present them, because keep in mind the Supreme 12 is black, but it's not that coating of black. It's actually a different color of black. So we know in the video we saw where Jamie was presenting that screen, that was a jet black surface. That wouldn't have been a 12. 12's don't come off that color, but I'll show you the difference in color coding between the 12 and the Extreme, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's how we know, because our paints have interesting, strange coatings to them. Like if you look at the black silvers, when I showed you in the demonstration, people thought there was chameleon paint in it or whatever. If you're using chameleon paint, and if you paint an object with chameleon paint, it becomes reflectable, which means it changes colors as you look at it, because we all seen this vehicles before. You don't coat chameleon paint on something and it still remains the same color and it doesn't change. So they couldn't figure out how in the world do we have a container that's reflecting one color, yet inside it's showing gray. Yet if we pour it into another container and we shake it, and it basically changes color again to light, and then we paint it on the screen and the screen remains gray, it doesn't change color. So they couldn't figure out how that was done. So that's how we would know if a black silver was a black silver, because you were to shake them up in containers, they have two different colors to them. So that's something he can't go near, because he can't figure out how the color was done. He can't tamper with it. But yeah, so we're going to be, like I said, what I've gone through with companies, we've actually going to coat the top with an invisible coating. So if those coatings don't come under, and keep in mind you can't buy that coating, we'll be making it our own. So that way we'll be the only ones that have access to it. So we'll know. There's a few things we're just putting in place for the new technology, especially that blue screen you're seeing right there being hit with all that light. I think people find that fascinating, that you're seeing this screen from an angle, but look at that screen way back there and all that lighting. Oh, mind you, it's sitting in windows too. So, I've seen demonstrations where people have their screens behind their windows. They have the screens away from their windows at all costs because, like I said, any ambient light hits it, pretty much washes out. Of course, the one person that can't stand us, I've seen where his screen sits at. It sits in a nice, dark environment. It doesn't sit in an environment like this. It's got everything blocked out. Whole entire back of its walls is completely black. My screen sits in windows with the lights on. You can watch that one for a while. I'm almost done. Just so, real quick, it's got a little tag there, just in case. When I tell you I don't tell you everything, there's a reason why I don't tell you everything. Everything has a meaning behind it when I do it. If I show you something like this, there's a meaning behind it. Just not ready to tell you yet what it's for. Let me show you something I can do that most screens, if not all of them, on the internet can't do. You see how well lit my environment is? It is probably around, let me see what time we got. What time do we have? It is 6:50 right now. So at 6:50, I can sit here in my living room or lounge or whatever you want to call it, and I can sit down here on my sofa, and I can see my screen, and I can actually read through my manual, which I was supposed to do when I first got the machine, which is my cooker, and I can read this in a fully lit environment and stare at my screen at the same time. And this is something you can't see people do because their environments are so dark because they're afraid the screen's going to wash out. This is a sky blue screen technology, and even it has more, even it's more powerful than any gray screen out there on the market. And I can sit here and read my manual right from here. I can see my letters crystal clear. Now, if your environment is so dark where your screen is supposed to be at, replacing your TV for your living room, and you can't see the text writing on a manual, that means your screen is going to have a problem and you're going to be sitting in the dark. Here I am in a fully lit environment and my screen's pulling up. All right, so I'm going to go in the kitchen for a minute. And there is my screen painted to the ceiling. As you can see, fully lit environment. This is what you call true ambient light rejection technology. I can see my screen crystal clear in a fully lit environment, even with the lamp right dead smack in the center of the screen. And this is black technology painted to my ceiling. All right, so real fast update. These are all the orders. They're done right here. These are finished right here. I got 2 more to have to go. So 2 makeup orders, which we missed by accident. So these are done right there. Everybody's set up and everybody's ready to go. So the driver will be out here today to get all that taken care of. Jason, I have your package already taken care of and you are good to go. All right. Thank you all for your time. I got to go and God bless.